Howdy everyone, welcome back to another episode of Huckleberry Soaps. My name is David Ryan and I'm head soap maker. Today I am doing a kind of a redo of an old design that I did when I first started making soap. I'll put the picture up here, and what you're seeing is I used green tea for the lye solution of the green part and white tea for the lye solution for the white part. It had, and then lounge lizard for the green and titanium dioxide for the white. And what I was trying to go for was a green white tea yin yang type pattern, but what I ended up with obviously was a kind of a wave pattern, which I honestly liked better. I think if I'm going to do a actual yin yang type pattern, I'm going to have to get one of those. I'm going to have to make a scraper type thing to go over the mold just to get the smoothness right. So I'm going to go for the wave pattern again this time. But instead this time I'm not using tea as the lye solution base. I do have tea that I can, actually no, I don't have both types of tea. I didn't prepare ahead of time, but once I start getting into it and selling it, I think I will add the green and white tea back to it, or maybe just use white tea, just to simplify things, because really there is difference between green and white tea, but I don't think as far as like what it does with soap there is much difference. And honestly, once I added the lye, they both make the solutions went to a caramel color anyway, so it was hard to tell the difference between the two. I labeled them ahead of time, but if I hadn't, I genuinely wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. Plus, like I said, this is something I'm doing part-time because right now I actually I did just start my electrician's helper program, and I worked 3 days this past weekend, and I really like it a lot, so I'm really excited to continue that and keep doing this on the side as I get better and better at both things. But yeah, today I am going to be doing the same design. So I made my own custom fragrance blend of green tea and ginger patchouli. The green tea fragrance base is from Nature's Garden, and the ginger patchouli is from Brambleberry. I think, and I'll put a note up here or something, that one of them mentioned slight acceleration, but that's fine because for the bottom part of this, I want it to thicken up so I can shape it. So I'm actually okay with some acceleration and that happening. And then the top layer, titanium dioxide. I'm not going to add the fragrance oil to the part of the soap batter that has the titanium dioxide until I'm ready to pour it, so it doesn't thicken up so much. I'm really looking forward to doing this. I'm going to do another soap next week. I would have I was going to do 2 batches today, but I couldn't find. I had 4 of these containers, and I've been using those to mix up my lye solution in. And I would measure out the lye in one, and then the water in the other, pour it, and then use the dry thing to hold my whisk and everything that I use to mix it while it cools down and everything. But I'm missing one, and I also got a package of these HEB containers, which are 5 plastic, which I ended up using to mix up my lye solution today. But it came in a pack of 3, and I only have 1. I have no idea how that happened. Probably just got lost in the move, and that's fine. I can buy more. Not a big deal, but it did prevent me from doing what I wanted today. But I'm gonna have a 3-day weekend next week, so I'll definitely get my other one, which is another kind of revisit of something I did when I first started making soap making, but I'll get to that in that video. For now, I'm going to shut this off and test to see if you're ready, and if so, I will get to the soapy goodness. So I'll see. Okay, I've got my oils at 85 Fahrenheit and my lye solution at about 93. So I'm going to go ahead and for once I'm actually going to strain my lye solution because it seemed to have a little trouble dissolving. So we're going to actually do this today. Also to make sure that the salt actually fully dissolved too, because I'm no longer using oh crap, what's the sodium lactate? Yeah, I'm not going to be using sodium lactate anymore just because it is expensive, and the lid decided to open up randomly instead of staying closed. And so this is actually a 3-pound batch. I didn't mention that in the introduction. So this is going to be, I'm going to divide it up into these 2 containers before I pour them into a 3-pound loaf mold. And I'm actually going to try, and once this is fully ready, I'm going to see if one of the local stores will sell it, and if so, that'll be exciting. So let's get on with it. Not sure if this is false trace or just regardless of if it is false trace or not, I am going to take the it is false trace. It is breaking up. False alarm. But actually, regardless, I'm going to follow that rule that once I take my stick blender out, it stays out. So it's probably not going to take too much. Okay, so I'm going to break out the scale for this one. Even now. Okay, so now for the bottom layer, I am going to add some lounge lizard, mica, which I believe is what I used last time. I didn't save the recipe on my computer. I printed it out at my workplace. Actually, I might have it on Evernote. I'll have to check. But I'm pretty sure I used Lounge Lizard last time because I wanted a nice dark green. Was a little bit like matcha. If you've ever used matcha powder. And I'm going to do a quick blend of my kale and clay and fragrance oil mixture. Quick, and put about half of it in here. Now the reason I wanted it to be this thick, so I can play with it a little bit and shape it. So now we're going to, this smells really good. It's got the earthiness of the green tea and then the spiciness of the ginger. And ginger tea is really nice, especially if you've got an upset stomach, at least to me. So we're gonna make sure it's all, probably could get a little bit thicker. Yeah, actually I probably could get it a lot thicker. The first time I did this, I don't know what it happened, but it thickened up like almost immediately. So I'm not sure if it was the green tea that I used in the lye solution or what, but it did set up very, very quickly, which for this specific project was exactly what I wanted. Wipe that up so I don't get a lot of stuff on the... I'm actually gonna do this on the floor, so I got get more as many bubbles as I can out. Okay, I think I got bubbles out. Well, I know I got some out, but hopefully I got all of them. Clean up my edges. So my camera decided to cut off. I'm not exactly sure where, but at this point I have sprayed the rubbing alcohol on it, and I am going to wait 2 days and then cut it for y'all to see. And I apologize for the camera. It's not because it ran out of space, because it's giving me 5 minutes to do this, but I'm annoyed. But hopefully this will turn out good. Unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, there is no soap cutting in this video. The Wednesday after I poured it, I started showing symptoms for the virus that we're not supposed to talk about on YouTube. And for 5 days I was quarantined. The nurse told me that on the 5th day, if I go on the 5th day no fever, then I could go back to work, which is what happened. But because I was in quarantine and I didn't want to touch the soap, I asked my mom to cut it for me. On Wednesday it was still really soft and I wouldn't have been able to cut it, and that she cut it on Thursday. She said it was still pretty soft, but it cut clean. There's no like indentions from when she was holding it or anything, so I think it was fine. But it did take longer than usual to set up and be cuttable. So, but I did know that if I had waited till that Sunday after I had finished my quarantine, it would be way too hard to cut, and so it needed to be done. So, unfortunately, all we have are these pictures right here. I am feeling a whole lot better. I have been out of quarantine since Sunday, and I do still have a lot of drainage going down the back of my throat, which causes me to have a really annoying cough sometimes, but that's going away pretty well. I'm feeling a whole lot better. The worst day of it was actually the Wednesday that I left work early and got tested. All the other days were actually uphill, so, and it was basically just a bad flu for me. I know it's sometimes better or worse for other people, but for me, it basically just felt like most flus that I've had. But anyway, more back about the soap. It smells really good. The soap kept the fragrance. I'm really proud of that fragrance. I might tweak it in the future once I, you know, smell a few more other things, but it was green tea, ginger, patchouli. It's kind of refreshing, has nice earthy tea note to it, and I'm looking forward to trying to sell it at a local store that has a storefront for local crafts and stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can do that there. Or I'm going to see if I can do that there. I don't know if I need to buy my own shelves or anything, but that's what I'm going to do. The one thing that it didn't turn out the way I wanted to was the green. As you can see in my original green tea soap, it is a different color. I thought I used Lounge Lizard, but I might have used the Maniacal Pea at the time, or I had also gotten a few samples of green from Mad Micas, and I might have used one of those. I'm going to have to see if I can find the recipe with the notes, because I'm not sure what I used. And I would rather use that green than the one that turned out, but I'm not upset about it. It's just I should have done a better job keeping the recipe in an area I could find it. It's purely my fault for that one, not the color. I mean, it is a good color. It's just not exactly the color that I want. Also, I didn't manage to shape it in the wave pattern that I did before. So next time I'm going to blend the green or the whatever the bottom layer ends up being a whole lot more, so it is a whole lot thicker, so I can shape it a whole lot better. That's one thing I always underestimate, is how much, whenever I want to texture something, how much I actually need to blend it with the stick blender before I get to that point where I can. So that's something I'm going to work on. I think for the next few things, I'm going to try and do more shaped, layered soaps, and so I'm going to work on that. So that will be exciting. But yeah, I'm feeling a whole lot better. The soap turned out pretty good. It smells good. It's hardening up fine. I'll have to do a pH test, of course, to make sure that it's safe to use. But I'm pretty sure it is, because I haven't changed the recipe at all. So, well, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I apologize that there was no soap cutting in this video. If you want to check out more from me, head over to my Instagram and TikTok at Huckleberry Soaps, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.